What's up YouTube, it's your boy James back with another video, and today I'm going to give you tips on how to cop the women's exclusive Air Jordan 1 Silver Toe. Now although this is a women's exclusive, make no mistake about it, there's going to be a lot of guys that are going after this sneaker. It is not like a severely highly anticipated, Air Jordan 1 release, it's not, super hyped or anything like that. But as far as like the stock goes, there looks to be about 110,000 pairs worldwide. And it's going up to a men's size 13 as far as extended sizes. So, an Air Jordan 1, whether it's a male exclusive or a women's exclusive, it's going to sell out. There's going to be men and women going after this sneaker. So I'm going to give you some of the best tips and places to get this sneaker. Now before we get into the rest of the video, I just want to welcome back all my returning viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much, you guys are awesome. But if this is your first time visiting my channel, my name is James and I do reviews on sneakers, gear, and sports related items. And if you all could take a moment out to hit that like button for me, I would really appreciate it. And if you're new or you haven't yet already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop one of these videos and you don't miss anything. So this sneaker is releasing this Friday, February 19th, and it has a retail price tag of $170. Now before the actual release date happens, what I really recommend is getting into as many raffles as you possibly can. So definitely your Flex app and Hibbett. Hibbett is really good for dubs. It's not a guarantee or anything like that, but those are two that I highly recommend getting into. Now the Flex app, is kind of, sometimes, you can actually get dubs and sometimes the site will crash. So, you know what I mean? You never know what you're really going to get and if you're actually going to score a dub, through the Flex app, but it is still one of the best ways to actually cop and avoid the actual release day mayhem. So this Air Jordan 1 Silver Toe is a general release. It's going to be available at a lot of retailers, but I just want to touch on one that a lot of people probably don't think about when copping sneakers, and that's Nordstrom. Now Nordstrom, gets the sneakers. A lot of people actually get through or actually able to manually cop, add to cart, and check out. But the only risky thing about that is they tend to cancel a lot of orders. So you think you got the dub and then you get the cancellation a little bit later. So just proceed with caution right there. But a lot of people don't go to Nordstrom and they don't try to cop there. So you may be able to catch a dub there. Without fighting a lot of people for the sneaker. The next place I want to talk about as far as copping manually online is going to be Hibbett, and they're dropping at 10 a.m. Eastern. And I recommend going into their queue, right at 10 a.m. and so you can try to cop the sneaker from there. Now Hibbett is a well-known store, but I was just having a conversation with somebody last night and I was recommending Hibbett and they were like, what's Hibbett? So that's not a store that everybody knows about, even though me and you and sneakerheads and stuff like that are very familiar with Hibbett. Not everyone is. And so when you have a women's exclusive like this where men and women are going after this sneaker, just having additional retailers at your disposal to try to cop manually is not a bad thing at all. So definitely try to get on Hibbett at 10 a.m. Now the next two places that I want to talk about, I don't highly recommend or anything, but that is going to be Jimmy Jazz and DTLR. Now the reason why I don't highly recommend them is because they are Shopify websites, which means that they are heavily botted. Now they do tend to get a lot of stock, but that's where the bots come in and suck up a lot of pairs that you see on the resale market. But they are dropping at 10 a.m., People do cop manually on these websites. It's not like it's totally 100% botted, but just know that it's going to be really difficult to cop manually. The next place that I want to talk about, I don't highly recommend either, and that is Shoe Palace. Now, Shoe Palace, you do have a good chance of copping there, but the problem with them is that they charge $30 for shipping. So if you live in a state that has tax on top of the retail price of the shoe plus $30, you know what I mean? Like that's just driving the price up. Like you're almost paying resale to cop for retail. And not only that, but they're very slow at shipping the sneaker out. But I have a lot of friends that cop on Shoe Palace, worst case. So if you really want to go get the sneaker and you don't mind paying the extra couple bucks, Shoe Palace might be the right place for you. Now the next place that I want to talk about is probably going to be your best bet to cop for retail, and that's going to be the Nike Sneakers app. Now we all know that this is hit or miss, It's 50-50, if it's even 50-50, you're probably going to take more L's than dubs, but this is your best chance to cop the sneaker for retail. And I also believe that the Nike Sneakers app will have the most amount of pairs available, the highest stock level available to the consumers trying to get this sneaker. However, I believe in my heart, and I don't know this to be true, but I just feel like when it's a women's exclusive sneaker, they tend to let the female accounts hit first. Now, there's no way for me to prove that or anything like that. That's just something that I just think, they do. They do tend to give the women's exclusive to the female accounts first. So if you have, a girlfriend, a mom, cousin, or anything like that with a Nike Sneakers account, and they don't want the sneaker, I would definitely try to put in as many claims on female accounts as possible. After the Nike sneakers app, we have foot sites. So, you know, your Foot Locker, Champs, Finish Line, Foot Action, all those places on the release day. Now, these sites are very, very hard to cop manually. They're just getting worse and worse as time goes on. I don't know if it's just because of the bots or their websites are just trash. I'm not really sure. I think it's a combination of both. It's going to be really hard. Whenever you do try to put a sneaker into your cart, it'll say sold out. One tip is to just keep adding to the cart. Just keep adding to the cart. Just keep adding to the cart. I have had, you know, some success with just, you know, just adding to the cart, adding to the cart, adding to the cart, adding to the cart over and over and over again until it lets you. Now, it's not a guarantee that you will get the sneaker by, you know, taking that tip by adding it to the cart, you know, over and over again, but, you know, it will give you a little bit of a, you know, a better chance, you know what I mean? But these sites are terrible. I mean, like, you know, your chances of getting it are slim to none, but, you know what I mean? Like, just don't give up. If you really want the sneaker, you know what I mean? The more work and effort that you put into something, no matter what it is, you know, you'll have a better chance of succeeding. But this sneaker is going to sell out. I mean, it's an Air Jordan 1. The colorway is pretty dope in my estimation. This is something that I'm going to try to go for. I don't necessarily think that I'll pay high resale after, you know, the release comes or anything like that. But, you know, if I'm able to cop for retail or slightly above, I wouldn't mind getting this into my collection at all. Now, before the release happens on places like StockX, we're looking at the resale market being between like $250 and $300 before the actual release. Now, once the shoe releases for that retail $170, we can expect a lot of people to be trying to sell these pairs on the resale market. So expect a dip as far as, you know, the resale value goes. But I think over time, I mean, this will be an easy $300 shoe. It's an Air Jordan 1, you know what I mean? It's always going to be worth like almost double what you pay, you know, because Air Jordan 1s are just really good for resale. And even though this is a women's exclusive, you know, I do expect it to sit around $300 over time. So, you know what I mean? If you're interested in picking these up to sell, you know what I mean? You will be able to make money on it. I don't think it'll ever be like a $450 shoe or anything like that, but you know what I mean, for like a quick flip or, you know what I mean, like a little bit of a hold for a small amount of time, you'll definitely make some money. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Air Jordan 1 Silver Toe. Is this something that, you know, you're trying to cop? Is this a pass for you? Let me know down in the comment section if you're going after this sneaker. Once again, thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. Before you guys bounce out, if you haven't already done so, please hit that like button for your boy. And if you're new or you haven't yet already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you never miss any content on sneakers, gear, or sports related items. And until next video, peace.